Special day. Let's move on to really from Russia with love. There's a lot to say here. First thing to know, this is genuine, this is real. It's rare, rare, rare. I wrote those 3 words down on my card, rare, rare, rare. This is sterling silver with purple Stichtite. It is a beautiful necklace and a color that just astounds. We normally offer this for $188, which everybody agrees is spectacular because it's so impossible to find. Let's reveal our holiday special value while supplies last. Let's holiday with a clearance price of $115 and change, $115.19. 5 flex of $23. There is the necklace. I do have as well, and we'll give you the details shortly, but there is a spectacular 3-stone cuff over here. The 3-stone cuff is coming in, instead of $239, they marked it down to $191. The earrings are normally $99, they mark them down to $79. The ring in sizes 5 through 12 is normally $94, they mark that down to $75. Jay, the presence of this color, unlike anything, obviously, we have seen in the show today. Tell us about purple Stichtite.
You know, this is something that for those Mind Finds collectors, and if you like to have unique and you like to have different, you like to have rare things in your collection, this is something truly you might want to consider. Number one, I mean, let's just forget about the price. I mean, you'll never get a better deal than this. I mean, that's just a ridiculous, impossible deal. I want to tell you how rare this material is. When I was first introduced to Stichtite, I was in South Africa, and we bought a load of sugilite. Now, I've bought sugilite for decades. I know a little bit about sugilite. It's very, very rare. It's very expensive. Now, it's like, if you got it, it's like printing money. I mean, you can't get it. When we got a load of sugilite, it was so nice, but we got it at a really good price. And when we sent it to GIA, it came back as sugilite with the host rock of Stichtite. And that was the first time that I was introduced to Stichtite. This is the very first time that I've ever been able to get Stichtite. This came from Russia. This came from the area in the Ural Mountains, high in the Ural Mountains of Russia, where we found the charoite came from, the Russian charoite, which is now, I mean, grade A materials gone. We're totally out of it. This came from that same area. This is extremely, extremely rare. Again, this is a natural material, Stichtite. You don't see it very often. I mean, even if you go, okay, think about this. You go to Tucson, the largest gem and mineral show in the entire world, on the entire planet Earth. This Tucson in February, late January or February, the Tucson Gem and Mineral show is the largest of its type on the entire planet. I guarantee you won't. You might, if you see Stichtite, there might be somebody that has a crystal, like a specimen. You don't see the rough. That's how rare it is. This isn't something that is just on. It's just not on the commercial market. This material, and here again, it's all natural. This is the natural color of this material. No two of these are be alike. It kind of reminds you of, in a way, it almost has a charoite feel to it. It's kind of like the combination of like charoite and sugilite. Those two kind of colors put together. Very unique color, very unique texture to it, and a truly rare material. If you're a person who likes to have things that other people don't have in their collection, this is something you might really want to consider. I have very little of this rough left.
Well, I can tell you the ring is not going to be left at all in a moment, because the ring is extremely popular. sizing all the way up to 12. If you do want that ring, look at the sterling silver stamp 925. So beautiful, the right setting for this color. And then of course the earrings and that 3-stone cuff. We'll give everybody the details again. You can see on the side of your screen. Jade, the color and the styling, the shapes, beautiful on the cuff. That I'm sure even just as a standalone is going to be very attractive to a lot of people.
Well, you know, you think about this too, and again, this is where kind of like where we shine. We're old school on everything we do, okay? These are all created by our silversmiths and our lapidarists from the raw materials. So you've got sterling silver sheet material. What's so interesting on this, okay, and a lot of times I get carried away. I hear this all the time. I get critiqued constantly, Adam, on what I do. You know, and it's not just my wife, Adam. It's everybody, all the people that I work with. And one of the things that they talk about is they say, you know, you get so involved with talking about the materials and the look of the materials that you don't even mention the silver work sometimes. Right. And if you look at like our cabochons, look at this right now, like this necklace. Okay. See these, the way that we've done these beads, these freeform beads that you're looking at, the base beads, the big freeforms, all the others, you know, there is no template to cut this. No. These are all cut from the natural rough. Every one of them is cut by hand, cut out by hand, and they're all polished by hand. All of this is completely hand done from scratch. There's no machine. There's no die, there's no template that will cut these big freeform shapes. The same thing with the cuff and the ring, any of the silver work. What they do is the lapidaries, okay, all these cabs, there's no nothing that will cut that shape. You have to cut that shape out by hand. So they're all what we call freeform designs. So they're all unique, different one-of-a-kind pieces. And then in the case of the bracelet, the silversmith literally builds the bracelet, the silver portion, around the stones. So instead of where a lot of people in the market that cast or they stamp, they would stamp that out and then they would cut the stones to fit the silver. In our case, we're the total opposite. The lapidarist cuts the cabochons, cuts the stones, and then the silversmith builds the silver design around it. I just love this. This thing's huge. It's big, it's bold. It looked fabulous on Ange. It's a great look. And again, this is something, it's natural, extremely, extremely rare.
We're going to give you the details on the matching pieces very quickly.